question.
My name is Mike Jenkins out in Hendersonville. Congressman, I have to say one thing. I never thought I'd have to get a ticket to stand in line to see a congressman. The people in this state, in this district, are fired up about the misrepresentation in Washington.
Amen.
Now, you mentioned the Congressional Budget Office, and you just touted the $150 and so forth. First off, Duke Power was listed on that list. The CEO on MSNBC is certainly not a conservative organization. The CEO of that company said that if cap and trade goes through, that will be passed on to the consumer. That is a point in which I disagree with you on. Now, moving past that, I'll get very specific to the health care. You tout the Congressional Budget Office as accurate. They say that we cannot sustain this program. If they have now said that, that is a number in which you have now represented to be congressionally or accurate with the statements you just made. That's number one. Number two, if we are looking at a shrinking base to pay for this, meaning we have less and less population of the younger, that means more financial burden on those individuals. How do you want to fund this without a tax increase when you say you want to decrease this? And yet, when we look at the role models that we have, Medicare was originally $65 million. What is it now? I really would like to know that answer. It's broke, okay? You take a look at Social Security. When I get my Social Security statement, it says I'll have, now I forgot the exact way it states it, approximately 75%. If somebody told you I'm taking 25% of your retirement, which is a lot more than mine, and I don't care what it is, I'm okay with that, okay? You've earned it based on the agreements you have to go to work for the government. I'm in agreement. That's what it is. That's okay. But if somebody said you're taking 75 cents of every dollar that you give and you're getting it back, and we look at these as role models, then we take a look at the other situations where we have a financial burden. The market for housing is collapsed. Why? We had things that couldn't be supported by the people who are investing in the economy that couldn't pay the bills. That same program is going to exist under health care, and you've only got, according to the Congressional Budget Office, approximately 1/3 of the people that will be eligible to do this are in the calculations. These are misrepresentations. And again, I thank you for your time to come here, but we, as American citizens, Tennessee taxpayers, are put up to the top with this misrepresentation.
I think you summed up a lot of frustration that people have now. I appreciate you for doing that. Now, you have laid out a variety of issues. I think there's two main ones, and I'll try to go back to those. One was the CBO score. And you're absolutely right. The CBO score came back on the original healthcare, one of the original healthcare proposals, and it was too high. It showed how it was going to continue to go up. That was good because it was a wake-up call. It made a lot of changes, and that resulted in a lot of changes and a lot of reductions in those expenses. So I'm glad that happened. It was a good thing. Then you say, okay, so how are we going to pay for this? Well, let me tell you what I would like to do. There are $1 in $6 in this country goes to health care. $1 in $6. That's amazing. We pay more per capita in this country, twice as much as any other country in the world. So, we have good medical care for those that have it, although we do have more our child mortality rate is higher than many countries. I think there can be some improvements in our health care. But the point is that we're paying twice as much as any other nation. We're paying $1 out of $6. So I think there's enough money within the system, if better spent, to pay for anything that's going to change. So let me tell you what I think this is. You would think that if Hillary Clinton and Newt Gingrich would agree upon something, that it would have pretty broad support. And let me tell you what one of the things that they have agreed upon, and that is that there needs to be more internet technology integrated into the healthcare system. Internet technology, the second one is making us more efficient in many of our various industries around the country. Yet it really hasn't gotten into healthcare. And so it's estimated that if we will do a better job of integrating the healthcare, do away with duplicative tests, errors, and things of this nature, we can save $80 billion a year. I think that's a good place, I think that's a good place to get started. In addition to that, you talked about Social Security. A few years ago, to try to save money in Social Security, what happened was they started, rather than send seniors a Social Security check, they started making direct deposits into their accounts. If we did that with doctors and hospitals on Medicare and Medicaid, it would save $10 to $15 billion.
Pocket chunk. Pocket chunk.
Is another area where I think that we can save a lot of money. Its estimated price, Waterhouse estimated about $280 billion a year went to defensive medicine. Defensive medicine is doctors and healthcare providers basically being concerned about being sued. And so they want to have some type of, so that's defensive medicine, tests that aren't needed, just in case. That's why I have supported medical malpractice reform and tort reform. I voted for it 21 times over the last 2 years. And one of the bills that's going through, we were finally able to get something passed, and a part of that, I guess probably Diane and Debbie helped to do it on the state level. You have something now called certificates of merit before you can go to trial. And what that is that before you can take a medical malpractice to court, there is a sort of a medical panel that has to review it and see whether it's frivolous or not. Not whether you're going to win or not, but whether it's frivolous. Lawsuits in Tennessee have gone down by 69%, so I salute you and as well as some others, some so-called I'm sorry provisions and a variety of things. And I think that will really improve the patient-doctor relationship and also save a lot of money in terms of medical malpractice. Anyway, I think so. There's a lot of money being spent in the system. I can go through some more, but I think you get the gist of how I think that we can really manage our dollars better to pay for any additional expenses. I want to see it go down. I want to see the expenses go down.